Hello, welcome to Art 114. We are going to study art from prehistory here through Egyptian, of course, Greek, Roman, and then on into early Christian, right up to the Renaissance. So here I am, Nancy Briggs. Here's my contact. I am not on campus right now, so that is the way you can reach me, and I do check my email a lot during the week. But if we need to, we can arrange a phone conversation or an online meeting. Please don't hesitate to ask me any questions or for clarification. I am really here to help. All right, so the course is designed to provide you with the tools and terms needed to understand art in a historical context. That makes sense, it's art history. We're going to start in prehistoric and go all the way up to right before the Renaissance, as those pictures showed. And we're going to examine different cultures and the types of art they made, and we're going to look at how and why they came to be and the religious, political, and economic or commercial power that they can represent. And we're going to talk about power a lot in this class because a lot of the art we study will be about that in one way or another. Lastly, we'll look at the influence of art from one culture or time period to another and examine the historical significance of styles. And I feel like this is the best part of art history, is that it makes total sense. Right up until the late 1800s, which we won't get to, that's Art 115 if you're interested, it just is linear. It goes from one thing to another with artists constantly looking back to what other people have made and building on that. So it's kind of a neat journey to follow. Okay, the course is run as a once-a-week meeting. All week's assignments are due at 11:59 on Sunday nights. Weekly modules is what I call them. Each week is a module. Are open on the Friday before, at least. Sometimes they'll be open a few at a time. And next week I will open more of them. Just pay attention to what you should be doing each week is the best way. You can always work ahead. That's why I'll open them, and they will count as attendance even if you've done them, ahead of the week. First, though, before anything, you do have to take the entry verification quiz. If this is your first online course, then you've never taken this before. Congratulations, you'll get to take it now. If you have taken other classes online, congratulations, you still have to take it. This is not something I design. It's not something I have anything to do with, really. I just have to do it with you. So I don't count it as a grade in this course. You do have to get a grade for the college, and that has to be 70 or above, and that is recorded as your official enrollment. But since I don't count it in our grade book, you don't have to get 100%, okay? If you get up to 70, just pass it in. Or you can just take it as many times to get 100. That's up to you, all right? But you cannot continue in the course if you haven't taken it, and you won't be able to see anything except for the discussion boards anyway, so you have to take it either way. All right, here's what we're doing and what it's going to count for. We have the textbook, which is Gardner's Art Through the Ages, and you'll read chapters, and then you'll take MindTap chapter images and chapter quizzes. There's 2 quizzes per one except for the intro chapter. And those all together are worth 25%. You can take these as many times as you want before the deadline. So if you get 100% on these, and I highly encourage you to do so, you will have a quarter of your grade will be 100% for this class. And I do drop the 3 lowest grades. So hopefully that gives you a little wiggle room about that. All right, weekly discussion boards, I'll go over those in a second, are worth 10%. There's 2 tests that combine chapters, and those are worth 15%. Midterm assignments, other assignments is writing assignments like chapter questions, and then there's little projects that we do, and then the final exam. So the final exam is comprehensive. It's an exam in other parts, and that's worth 20%. And everything is on your syllabus. This video is just to show you the important things, the highlights. All right, discussion board for each week. You will reply to a prompt on most weeks. If the week has a test or something like that, there will be no discussion board. You should treat the discussion boards as an opportunity for you to apply the information from the week's readings. They should be in written paragraph form with proper grammar and spelling. After posting your own response, you'll be able to see other posts. And then you will reply to at least 2 students. You're only graded on 2, but please feel free to reply to whoever you want or as many times as you want after 2. Your reply should extend the conversation with additional relevant information. So it's not social media like you're liking or I agree. You should be adding information. So think about the replies as a yes and statement. Yes, I agree with your point. I also read that ... Okay, so think about it as extending the conversation, as a classroom discussion. You wouldn't just look at somebody and say yes, that's how that is. All right, how to succeed in the course for tests. So you have the 2 chapter tests, the midterm and the final. So these are a big part of our course, and the tests are designed so that you are applying the information from the textbook and my video lectures, and I'll show you those. My lectures focus on the images that you're going to be tested on. So the textbook has a lot of images, and we can't possibly know about all of them in depth. So what you need to do is look at the test review sheet, which I this time put on weeks 1, 2, and 3. And as you do the readings and watch the videos, you should be taking notes on just those things. And you are going to use these notes on the test, the midterm, and the final. So the best way to prepare is to use the test sheet, the review sheet, take notes, and then you're going to use that. The discussion boards also focus on the information from the readings and the video, so then you could just use your notes for that as well. Please note, an open note test is not the same as using AI or just looking up information on the internet. The tests are designed so that the questions are not something you can just look up. They are an application, an interpretation, or making connections and showing a deeper understanding of the content. So it would, number one, take you a long time to figure out how to ask AI. It would be, a lot of it's image-based, but also, honestly, when students use AI on a test, or they look it up on the internet, which is plagiarism, obviously, it just stands out to me because you don't have enough time to write a 5-paragraph beautiful essay on something that's supposed to be a little short answer on my test. So please just don't use it. Use your notes. I feel like that's an acceptable compromise. You're welcome to use the notes, which is just the information from the course content. And of course you'll be given a 0 and then a warning. The first time you'll get a 0 on the part that you used it on. The second time you'll just get a 0 on the test completely. So it's just really not worth it. Okay, and of course spelling and grammar checking is welcome. All right, other tips: do the readings, watch the lecture videos, take notes, do all of the work for each week. Because even though if you only do one thing, you'll still be marked present, you are responsible for the materials on the tests. And it's an application of all the materials, so you'll have to do it one way or another. So I always think might as well just do it. All right, and do your best on all assignments, please. Sometimes we have little projects or little answers or opinion-based discussion boards, but treat everything in a purposeful, collegiate way, please. All right, the assignment schedule, this is just the first chunk of it. This is on our course. I'll show you that. There's the topic. It's all by week, so every Sunday, except for the one after Thanksgiving, there's something due. And then these are the things you should be doing, and I'll show you other ways you can see this. Late work will not be accepted, and that's period. It's tied to attendance and other assignments for the week. So it all goes together. Like if you're supposed to be reading the chapters, doing the quizzes, answering the discussion, and maybe there's a little assignment that all has to do with the readings, it's really no point for you to go back and do some of those things later, right? Like the discussion board, nobody's going to go back and read your discussion 3 weeks late. So just do it when it's due is the best policy. And I think I said this, but you only have to do one thing to be marked present. One thing that earns a grade, I should say. If you pass in a quiz that has 0%, that does not count. So one thing to be marked present, but you have to do all the things on the week or you'll be getting zeros. So that's just how it is. And this is the chart from Coastal. So if you are absent 2 weeks in a row, you get withdrawn after 2. If you're absent 2 times not in a row, on the 3rd time you're absent, you'll be dropped. And this is just adds up to the 14-day rule that they have about attendance. So, but notice if you miss 2 weeks, in either case, you'll be behind probably 6 or 7 assignments. So, you'll be in trouble either way. All right, let's look at the course real quickly. I'll just show you around here. This is the student view. You will see the Blackboard, our course here, and then the entry verification at first. You can't ignore it. You'll have to take it. And then over here on the left is the information that you need. So announcements, that's just where the page opens up. There's the verification test to take. Course information is here. There's the syllabus and schedule are there. The syllabus is here. The attendance policy is here, which I just showed you. Those are all separate, but they're also on the module. And then the calendar. When you click that, you'll see what's due. Anything that's on our grade book will show up. So use that. And then discussion board is here. That's where you'll post your stuff. I can show you that real fast. Here's the prompt for our first week. So the first week, starts next week. It's not due till the 22nd. And you click this to add your post and create a thread. And then when you do that, you answer your post and create your thread, then you'll be able to see the other people to reply to. That's how the discussion board. So modules assignments is where you're going to pay attention to find what you're supposed to be doing. I send an announcement every Friday and I tell you what's up for the week, but really this is what you need to pay attention to. So getting started, that's this little mini week is here, and then you click on it and then you'll see the things that you have for the week. So these are all the things you need to read, and then you have to do this little easy getting started quiz. From this video, you'll know everything, and it's from the syllabus as well. All right, so that's all you have to do for this Sunday. And honestly, this video is probably longer than this stuff will take. All right, let's go back here to week 1. And you won't see anything here until you take the, you won't see either of these until you take the verification test. So if you log in, you say mine doesn't look like hers, then it's because you haven't taken the test yet. All right, so this is the week 1, and these are the things you need to do. These are the objectives, things you'll be learning about. And then you click on that, and that's where you get the textbook readings. Here's the introduction reading and the quiz, chapter 1. Each chapter, other than the introduction, has a chapter quiz and an image quiz. Like these are multiple choice, and these are image questions. And here's that exam review sheet that I was talking about, that you can start taking your notes each week on the things from those chapters. All right, so that's how you're going to be able to find everything and how to do it. So the chapters are individually linked on each module, but the book is also here. If you've used MindTap before or Cengage, I don't think you'll need to register, but if you do, if it asks you to register, use that. This is the general book, but sometimes the links are the best way for your grades to get to Blackboard. Sometimes they don't if you use the general links. So I would ask that you please use the links for each chapter on the unit. That's the way to get your grades to show up in Blackboard. If ever your grades do not show up on Blackboard, then please email me right away, and I will look into it. I can see what you've done on the Cengage site. All right, so we're ready to jump in. By Sunday, 9:15, this Sunday, just a few days away, you're going to take that verification test. You up to 70%, don't forget. You're going to learn how to navigate the course, which I just showed you. You're going to read the syllabus, assignment schedule, and all the getting started things. I've covered the most important points, but please go ahead and look at those. And then take the very short and easy getting started quiz. It will count as your first attendance, okay? So all of this stuff will not take very long. So we're just, dipping our toe in to start with, and then we're on our way. All right, so lastly, I just want to put it out there that I hope you enjoy learning about this topic, because I think it is incredibly relevant and it's everywhere. The origins of early art is a history rich in tradition, and that's one that still continues today. And it's very relevant even to our own country's visual culture many, many, many years after the beginning. And you'll see by the end of the course, these are all things influenced by this part of art history, that the Egyptians, the Romans and Greeks through the Renaissance, and then giant monumental sculpture comes directly from some of those cultures, and then Gothic cathedrals. And of course, leaders with their portraits. So these are all part of the tradition we're going to be looking at. All right, get in touch if you have any questions, please. Thanks for watching.